And we're going live in five, four, three, two, uno. What up, y'all? This is the fifth quarter mid-season reporting to you live from the fifth quarter. It's time to get into some things that's been going down in the first half of the season. And as you can see thus far, as we look up and we see the number one team in the league right now is the Seahawks at 7-0. Right behind them, yours truly, Cleveland Browns 6-1, Cardinals 7-1, Broncos 6-1, Saints 6-1, Jets 6-1. I'm here to tell you, this time last year, this whole teams you see in the top was shaking up. I don't think any of these teams was up at the top of the boards last season. Maybe the Broncos. I'm sure it made no. As a matter of fact, I know the Broncos was. Browns wasn't. Seahawks wasn't. Cardinals. Who's the Cardinals? The Cardinals is. Who's the Cardinals? That's Carlisle's. I don't ever think Carlisle's at the top of this board last season. Jets wasn't. Miami was, but then Miami fell off. So I'm here to tell you now, man, this whole top of the charts, what you see right now, is shaking up. I mean, this is the beauty of having these franchise leagues, because you're not going to see the same teams constantly, on top, the same position. We got to get into it. We got to get into every team. We got to get into every team that's the biggest surprise, the biggest disappointment. We got to get into those things. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. We got to look into the top rushes, who leading the MVP race. You know what I'm saying? Who needs to make a move? We got it all for you coming up. But I just wanted to take a look at these standards and see what's going on around the league, man. Seahawks stand alone, the only undefeated team left as we are at the midpoint of the season at the moment. So let's go division by division, see what's going on. AFC North, this time last season, it definitely was a difference. Actually, the roles were reversed. Cleveland was 0-5, so I say around this time, we was about, 4-5? 3-5? Yeah, we was around that. This time last year. Ravens was at the top of the mountain. Steelers was about the same. Bengals had a few more wins than what they did last year, because me and Bengals was in the same boat. We both had to go on a nice little win streak. We both did, actually. We both started winning some games to get ourselves back in the race for the contention. But as it stands right now, Cleveland got a hold on this division, and they'll seem like they ain't really trying to let go. We dropped one a few weeks ago against the Bears, but you know what happens. Our goal wasn't to win every game in the season. You know what I'm saying? We ain't tripping on that. Undefeated season, that's not my thing. I could care less about that. My goal is to get to the playoffs and make a strong push for that trophy. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. And at the end of the day, Cleveland just made a big time move right before the clock strike 12. They brought in Khalil Mack. So they invested a lot in, though. I mean, Khalil Mack is 30 years old. We get that, but you know what? We felt like with that type of talent, we should be good for another 2 or 3 seasons to get the best out of him. But we definitely invested. We gave up next year's first. We gave up a second. We gave up 2 seconds. Next year's first. We gave up Njoku. We gave up Greedy Williams. I mean, we gave up some heat over there. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to see Njoku leave. That was our tight end moving forward, because Hooper is old. You know what I'm saying? We gave him up. Greedy's young. You know what I'm saying? We like that cornerback core that we had going on over there. But you know what, man? We tried to shake up the roster a little bit. We made another trade a few weeks ago when we brought in Adam Thielen. You know what I'm saying? So we brought him in, another veteran, to go with ODB across the lineup, across from ODB, to make some noise over there. Then we got rid of Baker Mayfield and brought in Carson Wentz, another deal. So we've been making some moves, man. And as of right now, all the moves I say been home runs, but we're gonna see. At this point now, we probably, that was our probably last move this season. It's just time for everybody to gel, get it together, and get ready for the playoffs, man. This division, been struggling all season. I would say right now, as I look at the Ravens record, I would say they got to be the biggest disappointment in the league right now. I don't know what happened with the Ravens this season. I'm looking at points allowed. Well, you know what it is? It was the defense. And I noticed that the first 2 or 3 games of the season, when he was losing games, he was losing games, and even though he was putting up about 40 points himself, and he still was losing. That's a terrible sign. Anytime you score high 30s or even score 40, you expect to win. If you score that many points and lose, that means the defense might need a tune-up. So I don't know what happened with the Ravens, but you know what? I know Bap is a competitor. I know he didn't throw in the towel just yet for the wild card. Remember, it's 3 wild cards, so the wild card race is still open. I'm pretty sure for that 3rd wild card spot. We'll go through these standings, standards by standards, and look to see who's the wild card teams right now. But I would say off the top of my head, I would think Ravens got to be the biggest disappointment right now of the season. I would never expect them to be 1-6, but it happens, man. It happens. A loss here, a loss there, a fumble there, make you lose a game. Before you know it, you're in a serious down spiral. But Browns is on top of their game right now. They've been one of the top teams in the league so far at the midpoint of this season. AFC South, we got the Texans at 5-2. This division looking different than last season. This time last season, this whole division was under 500. Colts 0-7. Colts didn't fire their coach last year. I think Colts need to clean house. They need to fire the coach. They need to fire the GM. They need to fire the scout department. They need to fire whoever's in charge of all the decisions makers that goes over there. They need to fire everybody. Clean house. Colts got to do a better job of what's going on. At this point, I think it's more mental than anything, and that can happen. And I speak about things like that. I speak about morale and so on and so on. These things really matter. If you ain't got no confidence, if you ain't got no morale, 9 to 10 times you're going to come into the game, even if you're in the game to compete, you're going to do something silly because you just ain't got no confidence in yourself. Coach got to get something going on, man. The first thing I think the coach need to do is recognize who they are. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need to look around and see what's going on in the league. Look at yourself, see what type of player that you are, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to stay in your lane until it opens up. Translation, what does that mean? Don't worry about competing the first season. Hey, you might not even be worrying about competing the second season, but get better than the second season than you did in the first season. Come third season, by that time you should have a nice little team to compete. But the coach problem is he gets rid of major assets that he have no business getting rid of. And you know what? At that point, it's like I said, you just need to bring in some new guys in charge, and you got to do something different over there, coach. It ain't working out at all. Titans are 3-4. This is a shocker. I wouldn't expect the Titans to be 3-0. You know what? I'm confusing. This is not AGS. This is a new Titans user. This is Jerry. Jerry, he's 3-4 right now. He lost his last game. I don't know. I guess he won one. I guess he's 1-1 since he joined. I'm not too sure. But he's in the division with Jags and Texans also. Texans 5-2. The Texans that's major factor, and the Jags is K-Lou? Yeah, the Jags is K-Lou. K-Lou, 3-game win streak. Happy to see that, K-Lou. Keep balling, bro. I know you're better than what you've been playing, especially over last season. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you've been out of touch with Madden for a while. I respect your game. I know you got game. Keep up the good work, bro. You're on a 3-game win streak. Make it do what it do over there. I can't recall if you made any trades or not, but you know what? I tell anybody, sometimes the best trades is no trades. Stick with what you got. Build up what you got. Don't worry about what's going on around you. I mean, unless you know absolutely there's a hole that you must fill at the moment, then I get it. But other than that, sometimes you got to slow grind. Sometimes you got to put that thing in the oven. You can't always get microwave success. That's something a lot of guys don't realize. A lot of guys always want instant success. Can't always happen. You got to put it in the oven, put the oven on 350, let it cook for 45 minutes. Don't worry about putting it in there for a minute and then boom, it's ready to go. Nah. Put that thing in the oven. Let it slow cook. You know what I'm saying? Jags 4-3. I like to see that. Jags giving the Texans a run for his money right now, and I'm looking forward to the Jags to keep doing what he's doing as this season progresses on. He's only 1 game out. Titans, Jerry, you right there also. I expect you to step up your game too, bro. Jets 6-1. That's born ready. Rockets 7-2. Patriots 4-4. Patriots been down this road before. Last season, around this time last season, he was flirting around the same record. Guess what happened? He ended up winning the division last year. So the Patriots is not in uncharted territory. Bills 2-6. Bills another team that need to make moves. Sometimes you can't always just stand pat and don't want to hold on and want to hold on to guys. Sometimes it's good to get rid of. Sometimes it's good to get rid of your A+ player and bring in 3 B+ players. You understand? Don't let that go over your head. I understand you may have guys that you want to keep, that you don't want to get rid of, but sometimes it's good to bring in them. Sometimes it's good to get rid of your best piece and bring in 3 good pieces to put in different pieces. I mean, to fill in different holes in your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you need linebackers, cornerbacks, and a receiver, and you have a dope running back or you have a dope pass rusher, you know, you might want to get rid of one of them and bring in 3 good pieces around that team. You know what I mean? Food for thought, Bills. But I'm gonna tell the Patriots this. Patriots, I know you was in this. I know you was in this position last season. This ain't last season, bro. 2 things different than last season. Number one, I don't think Lightning is going to strike twice with Miami. Miami was in this boat last season and they folded second half of the season. I don't think that's going to happen this time around. And the second thing is the Jets, born ready. The Jets is balling right now. He was not in his position last season. He probably was number 3 in this division last year. Jets been balling. The only team he lost to so far this season was the Chiefs. Yeah, he took one on the chin, but you know what? It happens. You know what I'm saying? We all lose one or whatever. Like I was saying, I'm pretty sure, like I said about myself, the goal wasn't to go undefeated. I'm pretty sure the Jets feel the same way. He don't care nothing about going undefeated. He want to get to the playoffs and he want to make a strong run for that Lombardi trophy as well. But yeah, man, Patriots, you are in trouble. You're in trouble right now. You 2 games behind Miami, but I will tell you this: you are 3 games behind the Jets, and born ready like he ain't slowing down. You know what I'm saying? He's been balling. This ain't the same Jets team from the first season. It's a whole different Jets team, and he on one right now. Patriots, you're gonna have to help yourself out. You're gonna have to start clipping these guys. The 2 guys in front of you, you're gonna have to take them out when y'all play. Those gonna be the biggest game. Oh yeah, you definitely gonna have to win the other games that you play. But when you play these guys, you're gonna have to win. Oh yeah, and in case you ain't noticed, Miami's on a 7-game win streak. Need I take you back a couple of weeks ago? Matter of fact, need I take you back about 2 months ago? Miami was 0-2. Miami played the champs, playmaker. And what did yours truly say? I said, listen, this game is about morale and confidence. Here we go, back on that again, right? You guys, some of you guys think I just be saying that just to sound cool. No, I'm saying that because that's real. That's the real deal, Holyfield. Morale and confidence is everything. Miami was 0-2. They played the champs. They played the Chargers. Guess what happened? Miami won. I said in my predictions, I said if Miami beats the Chargers, he's going to go on a 5 or 6 game win streak. You don't believe I'm lying? Pull up the tape. I mean, you don't believe I'm telling the truth? Pull up the tape. I said it. Guess what? He done over succeeded my prediction. I said 5 or 6. He won 7 in a row. He not slowing down right now at all. I'm gonna tell you this: Miami found something. He found something because that game that he beat the Chargers, not only did his confidence grow, but I think he's seen something. I think he's seen something, and he realized, like, yo, I got to stop playing myself. I need to settle down. I need to play a certain way. I need to stop giving guys games. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. When Miami played New England late, when they played week 16 last season, Miami gave New England that win. New England win, but it was more Miami lost more than New England won. And what I mean by that is that Miami had several opportunities to not allow New England back in that game. He threw a couple of dumb picks. He did things he had no business doing. But you know what? Life is about lessons. It ain't about how many times you fell down. It's about you getting up. I think Miami learned for what went wrong last season. And I think he started off 0-2 this season. Yeah, I think him missing it lingered over. But trust me, when he played playmaker and he won, that did something to him. He's on a 7-game win streak. I think he's probably the hottest team in the league. I'm lying. Seattle's 7-0. Him and Seattle is the only teams with 7-game win streaks right now. You know, I'll find out as I move along, but I'm pretty sure because there ain't no more. Unless somebody else started off 0-2 and they're 7-2 like Miami. I think Miami and Seattle is the hottest teams right now in the league. New England, you're in trouble, bro. You're gonna have to win your games outside the division, but more importantly, you're gonna have to win your games. I'm gonna go out and say, any one of these guys that you play first and you lose, the division is over. You're gonna have to start looking for a wild card, which is not a terrible thing, because you just want to get in. Once you get in the playoffs, that's it. It's a new season. Regular season, no matter what you did, you just want to get in. You understand what I'm saying? But Jets and Dolphins right now definitely on top of their game, and I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. Miami see what the Jets is doing, but he ain't even blinking. He looking at them face to face right now. Great division race boiling down over there. This 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 division is different than what it was last year. This time last year, you had three teams rocking and rolling. You had Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs, right? And this goes back right now to the AFC North. You guys, Steelers, Ravens, and Bengals, you guys are not out of the playoff race, as you can see. You look at it and it looks bad for the division purposes, but remember, there are 3 wild card teams. Only thing everybody got to do that's struggling right now is put some wins together. Look, you guys got 5 or 6 losses. AFC South, 3 and 4 losses, right? Y'all right there with them, not far behind at all. AFC East, all right, you got Dolphins with 2 losses. Him and Jets look like they are a guaranteed wild card spot. Patriots and Bills, 4 and 6 losses, right there with y'all. AFC West, Chargers and Broncos are like they're gonna have one of the wild card spots. Raiders and Chiefs, 4 and 4 losses. This third wild card spot, which is amazing, I think, for the NFL. That's a brilliant idea to add 3 wild cards. There's a lot of teams fighting for that third wild card spot right now. It's about 5 or 6 teams that got a shot for that third wild card spot. But you guys gonna have to string some wins together. Broncos, this time last season, he was in second, right behind the Chargers. The Chargers was in first last year. He's only 1 game behind the Broncos. No big deal. Raiders, 4 and 4. I don't think he was 4 and 4 last season. He might have been like 1 game under or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But the Raiders was in last in this division last season. But the Chiefs is the biggest surprise of this division right now. I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs are in trouble for making the playoffs. Yeah, we already know they're in trouble for the division, but the Chiefs are in trouble for making the playoffs. Why? Because they still got to play the Broncos and Chargers again. I don't even know if they even played the Chargers already. I think he did. I think he played the Chargers. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he played both of them once. But even if he did or didn't, he got to play them too. He got to play the Broncos and Chargers again. And he got swept by the Raiders. See, them 2 losses for the Raiders, if he don't make the playoffs, that's the reason right there. 2 losses to the Raiders. And let's just be honest. I'm pretty sure when he seen he had to play the Raiders, he chalked that up as a win. Raiders haven't had much success. Yeah, they had a strong second half of the season last year, but they missed the playoffs. They didn't have a strong offseason. And the Chiefs just didn't get it done against the Raiders. Those are bad losses. You can't afford them type of losses. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. Not when you're in a tough division like this. I mean, he's in a division with the champs, and he's in the division with the Broncos. You cannot lose 2 games to the Raiders. Even if you would split with the Raiders, that's way more better than losing twice to the Raiders. Them 2 losses is crucial for the Chiefs, and I think that he's serious position of not making the playoffs, because there's a lot of teams fighting for that third wild card spot, and he still got to play the Chargers and Broncos again. Now, he's gonna have to beat some tough teams to get in that third spot, along with a lot of other teams. But the Chiefs is in a tough division, so the Chiefs is not in a good spot. The Raiders, you swept the Chiefs. That's a big plus for you, but you're still 4 and 4. You're gonna have to knock off the top dogs in your division in order for you to really get up in there to try to make a run. You're 4 and 4 right now, but you have the same advantage as the rest of them teams in the AFC. But definitely right now, the 2 biggest disappointing teams in the AFC is the Chiefs and the Ravens. Both teams had different seasons last year. Both teams is well over 500 this time last year, and right now only one team is at 500, and the Ravens is way under 500. What a difference a season makes. But you know what? That's what we like. We root for that. We root for storylines over here in this league. We want to see that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to do midseason report every season and keep seeing Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs. Same 3 teams lined up, just different order. Nah, it's different. It's a different ball game. Chiefs at the bottom of their division. and Ravens is tied for the bottom of the division. Yo, man, it happens. That's what we like. That just goes to show you about the competition. The competition over here is real. There's a lot of guys over here that can play. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going down right now, baby. You guys are making the second half of this season very interesting to see how this play out. NFC North, we got Packers and Bears. Bears 1 game behind the Packers. Vikings 3-4. Steph Anthony right now is a big disappointment. This time last season he had them Lions right there tied for first or 1 game out of first. Right now he's in last in his division. I tell you what a difference a season make. We root for that. This is what we want to see. Bears 4-3. Bears already beat the Packers, so Bears pretty much got the tiebreaker over Green Bay right now. And Minnesota's Black Star. Don't look now, but quietly, Black Star with the Vikings is right there in that race. And guess what? He made a lot of moves. He got rid of Hunter. He got rid of Thielen. He made a trade before the draft with Denver. When he gave Denver his pick, he brought in Bradley Chubb. Don't get it twisted. Minnesota made a lot of moves. You know what I'm saying? And only thing he knew, like anybody, when you make a lot of moves and bring a lot of new guys, it's like missing parts, man. You got to put it together. It's about that chemistry. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what guys fit in certain places, where you want them to do what. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota just needs some more time with them pieces. And guess what? Black Star's not walk in the park. He know how to play the game. He's respected. So that makes this division even more tougher. So I'm respecting what I'm seeing out of Black Star right now, man. Yeah, he been playing his games too, by the way. This ain't no sim wins and force wins and stuff like that. He got 4 losses, he's 3-4, but he right there with that division. Now, don't get it twisted. Steph Anthony is still right there as well. Also, he's 2-5. You know what I'm saying? So all he got to do is pull together a couple of wins. He need to see Green Bay and Chicago drop a game or two here and there, and he's right back. He's still in the race, but I mean, he'll become even closer than when he is right now. This division, I think, it's going to come down to late in the season, and there's a lot of game left. And trust me, Steph Anthony is not out of this race, and this division is going to be interesting moving forward. But I like what I'm seeing out of Chicago. He making trades over there, but he's still competing. He's making it do what it do, and on top of him competing right now, he got a whole lot of investment going on in the future. He got a lot of picks for this season. He got a lot of picks for next season, and he's competing right now. That's all you can ask for. Most times when you see guys make a lot of trades like he's doing, you would think that, he's tanking or he's at the bottom of his division. No. What I respect about Chicago right now is that he's making a lot of moves, but he's still competing. He's still out there competing. He's balling. He's winning. And he's right there 1 game out of first in his division. A lot of guys is not capable of doing that. They'll trade and then they'll fold. You know what I'm saying? But he told me, actually I spoke to him yesterday. He said, yo, I told you I was going to be locked in this, man. Guess what, bro? You are 100% right, and you have been. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have been competing, and I love that. That's great for the league. The more guys we got playing and competing, the better it is for the league. So shout out to you on that, because for you to make all these moves and still be right there, dancing with the top leader in your division, that says a lot. Your game stepped up a lot. You've been rocking with us for some years now in these leagues. Your game definitely came a long way, and look out for Chicago in this division. But Minnesota also is a team that I like to see him competing. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota, you can look up and easily see his record be like 1-6 right now and say, oh, he made trades, he did this, give him to the next season. Nah. Minnesota said, yo, yeah, we making moves, but we ain't giving up on the season. We still competing. You know what I mean? So I love to see that. Green Bay, he's 5-3. Listen, DK is another guy who got history with us in these leagues. DK is a baller too. You know what I'm saying? But what I respect about a lot of guys in my league is that, it ain't so much of where you was at before as where you at right now. We don't care about Madden 16, 17, 18. We care about Madden 21. We on this Madden right now. This is what we care about right now. So yeah, DK is a baller. You know what I'm saying? And 9 or 10 times, and if this was other Maddens ago, DK would have been winning this division by a landslide. But you know what? Guys is getting better. You know what I'm saying? DK is still a good player, but the other guys is also good players now. So that makes the league more interesting. I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. I love to see it. And like I told guys, man, I root for interesting. You know what I'm saying? I root for storylines. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for that. You're welcome. I'm rooting for that. So I wouldn't want to look up and see this whole division with 6-7 losses and DK's only won this division with 1 loss. Nah, we don't want to see that. We want to see everybody competing. So NFC North, interesting division. Keep up the work. Y'all making it do what it do over there. NFC South, Saints 6-1, Panthers 4-3. Bucks 4-4, Falcons 1-7. I'm really surprised that Young Train is a good player. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Young Train had Miami and whatever it takes league at Madden 20. He made the Super Bowl. He ain't no slouch, but he haven't grasped the transition over to the new Madden yet. Something that me and Pearl talked about when we did the live cast. See, when I went 0-5 last season, it wasn't even so much about, me can't get it together. It was about I was still coming in trying plays that I was trying last Madden and just trying to figure out other things. And then I realized 5 games in, shame on me, like, yo, this just ain't gonna cut it. You're gonna have to figure out a couple of things differently, because this is a whole different game now. You know what I'm saying? I made the transition. Some guys didn't make the transition yet. You know what I'm saying? Falcons, prime example. Trust me, Young Train, he's not a 1-7 type of player in the league. Trust me when I tell you. He's a very good player. He haven't been able to figure out the adjustment yet. Even Pearl said it, and Pearl was a Madden 20 killer in my league. He got, when I gave out awards at the end of the season, yeah, for all you guys that's new to my league, I had an award show at the end of Madden 20, which I will have again this year. I gave out awards at the end of Madden 20. Who was the most dominant player of the year in my league? Who was the most clutch player? Who was the best runner? Things like that, best passer. And Pearl dominated. Pearl got a lot of awards, and Pearl got most dominating player. And even Pearl admitted, because let me tell you something, Pearl haven't been dominating in this one like he have in the last one. You know what I'm saying? He admitted it when I had him on live cast along with myself. Yo, man, it's not the same game. You got to make some adjustments. You got to realize what working and what ain't working. You know what I mean? And that's real, man. It's a difference. Trust me, it's a difference. And the thing about it is that the game is way different now than when it first dropped. When it first dropped, the game was different than what it feels right now. All these patches they put out got the game feeling even different. When this game first came out, it did not feel the same the way it feels now. But even with that being said, it's still different from what Madden 20 felt like. It's a difference. You know what I mean? It's still a difference. And some guys was able to make the adjustment, some guys wasn't. Young Train, I think, is one of those that didn't make the adjustment. Yeah, he's not a bad player. He know how to play. He just didn't figure it out right now. But at the same time, he's still a dangerous guy to play if you need a win and you play him late in your schedule. Because even if his season is over, oh yeah, for you guys that's new to my leagues, I give out for playing spoiler. If your season is over, but you play a guy that that's trying to get in the playoffs and you beat him, you get an incentive. So, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, guys like Young Train, those are guys that you are not gonna want to play at the end of the year. Trust me when I tell you. I don't care what his season looking like right now at the moment. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Saints 6-1. That's Trey Dog. Trey Dog was struggling last season, but Trey Dog, like, he figured it out. So Trey Dog making it do what it do right now. Carolina, that's Dre. Dre 4-3. He's right there with the Saints. Bucks 4-4. I'm not gonna lie. The Bucks have been playing so inconsistently. I wouldn't even think they're 4-4. I'm surprised to see the Bucks 4-4 right now, because it seemed like every time I look up, they're losing, taking bad losses, but they're 4-4. I mean, yeah, they're 3 games out the division, but with a 4-4 record right now, he's still in the hunt for the wild card. Bucks got to make the move. Bucks got to cross over. He got the personnel. He got a nice team over there. He just not getting it done right now. The Bucks personnel right now is better than a 4-4 team. Panthers 4-3. Dre right there with the Saints. He's I think last season, yeah, these two last season, it came down to late in the season, and the Saints eliminated Carolina from the playoffs. So this bad blood between these two. Only difference is Saints on top of the division right now, and I think this division is in trouble because I think Trey Dog is on one right now. So I think this division in trouble, and I don't see the Saints slowing down. And y'all gonna have to pick it up. Y'all gonna have to, when y'all start meeting up with the Saints, y'all gonna have to start handing them some losses because Trey Dog figured it out, and Trey Dog is a highly respected player. He's a good player, and he looked like he definitely trying to have something to say about wrapping up this division and get ready for the playoffs to make a push for that trophy as well. But we gonna see what the Bucks and Panthers can do in the second half. But right now, I got the Saints as the favorite to stay on top of this division. NFC East, Cowboys 5-3. That's Pearl. You see what I'm saying? Pearl is on a 2-game losing streak at that. Pearl have not been dominating, but at the same time, Pearl don't need to be dominating. Pearl just need to be a good player, which he still is. He's still a great player. You know, when you come in, you know you're still gonna have to play at the top of your game. So, you know, it ain't to say Pearl fell off like, oh, I could come in and afford to make a mistake. No. One thing that most of y'all know, when you play against top guys in the league, you got to come in and play good ball. You can't come in the game and have 3 turnovers and expect to win. You know what I'm saying? If you do have 3 turnovers and have a chance to win the game, count your blessings. But most top guys, you got to pretty much have 1 turnover or none, and you know, and you got to go from there. But yeah, Cowboys. With that being said, he's 5-3 in a 2-game losing streak and still's in the 2-game lead over his division. Giants 2-5. Washington 3-5. I'm surprised at Washington. I really am. Money Mascot, he had a better record than this last season. His quarterback is better now than when he was last season. He added to that team over there, but for whatever reason, his record is not as good as it was last season. I don't know what's going on. So it's a head scratcher right now for me what's going on over there in Washington. Philly, they definitely have a disappointing season. He's been gone. He also took a vacation. He came back, so he lost about, I'd say, maybe 2 games. But other than that, the rest of them games is on him. He haven't figured it out neither yet, I think, because Nabokami was competing last season. You know what I'm saying? He was competing last season, but like I said, man, the game is a different game. Some guys just didn't figure it out yet. That's why I wanted to get the league starting ASAP. I wanted everybody to figure it out at the same time. You know what I'm saying? No need to wait till somebody's at the top of the game. Now we all play. We see who struggle early. We see who pick it up later on. Nabokami's another one of them guys who's struggling, haven't figured it out. The transition, I think, from the Madden 20 to Madden 21. But with the more reps he take, the better he'll get, and the more he'll start competing. He made some moves. He made some trades during the season. So I think he's gearing up towards next season. But you know, it ain't about the team you got. It's about who's using this team. And I think Nab gonna have to get more comfortable with this gameplay and everything, the do's and the don'ts, because he's in a tough division. And you know, I don't care how dominant you think Pearl may be or maybe not. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be at the top of that mountain. Washington is struggling right now, but he ain't going nowhere. He's still a good player. The Giants is Big Rico, and Big Rico is another one who you know, he gonna have to pull some things together, because when you guys are in divisions like this with Cowboys and Washington, ain't no room for error, and ain't no time to go on no serious losing streaks, and ain't no time to have records under 500. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're going to be coming to the season competing for a wild card from week 1, and that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So you guys going to have to step your game up, and you're going to have to you got to start pulling off some upsets, you know. But with this division struggling right now, I think, you know, it can do 2 things to the Cowboys. It can make them get laxed and drop the ball, or it can make him he could just not pay no division just worry about do what he do. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you're in the division, when you look around and you see the whole division under 500, it'll make you play lax because you feel like, I got the division, this division mine, and you end up losing games you shouldn't lose. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm saying that's definitely viable. But you know, nevertheless, I think the Cowboys, I don't think he's going nowhere in this division. I'm interested to see if Washington could turn this season around. But what I do know is Washington just did blow the Cowboys out before we did this midseason report. I think they just played actually, and Washington blew Dallas out. So that type of win can change the season around. We're gonna see. That's Dallas' second one he dropped. So Dallas had a chance to really go ahead in this division. Think about it. If he's on a 2-game losing streak, that means he was 5-1. He could have been 7-1 right now, and he could have made Washington 2-6. That would have been looking totally different. But Yeah, he's still up, but he keeping that he keeping them alive. He's keeping Washington alive, and he's keeping Giants alive. But I think the Giants, I think they got a lot of work to do. But Washington, he's keeping them alive, and Money Mascot is a dangerous player. He's the type of guy that if you got a chance to bury him, you want to put that dirt on him, on the coffin. You do not want to leave him any room to come back and I think they played twice already. So I think that's the good news. But Washington might pull off one. Keep in mind, Washington was 3-5. I think this win right here, I think this gonna boat to them. I think this gonna give them that boat, that shock that they need, that shock wave, and I think they're gonna pull off some wins from here. NFC West division, two-man race right now. Seahawks and Cards. That's Carlisle's and T. Marlin. T. Marlin 7-0, number one team in the league right now. Look, guess what? He's the NFC champ. He made it to the Super Bowl last season. He's looking to get back. Huh? She washing clothes. She be back. Yeah. Seahawks are on top of their division right now. They're on top of their game. And what I respect about Seahawks right now is that a lot of times you can have this thing called Super Bowl hangover. You can lose in the Super Bowl, come out next season, come out flat, and not be off to a great start. It happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? But what's impressive about the Seahawks is that he seemed like he got the hunger to get back. He looked like he liked the position he was in. He liked all the bright lights and everything that was going on. He looked like he wanted to get back. And I ain't gonna lie, right now he's on a very good path to getting back there. I know he don't care about going undefeated, but guess what? He's making a statement right now, if nothing else. He letting it be known. He ain't fall off. I remember him saying he lost some pieces during the off season, but guess what? Looked like he ain't lose too much. He's 7-0, and remember when I gave out awards, I gave him the award for hardest to defend. He run here. Take this and go in the kitchen. You're welcome. He runs that read option like nobody else. It's hard to stop, because he's capable of just running regular plays. But with that read option, you always got to keep that in the back of your mind. So tough guy to defend, man. Solid on defense. Hey, this is why he's 7-0, and this is why he's the current NFC champ. You know what I'm saying? One of the top guys in the league, hands down. So Seahawks is balling right now. But I'm pretty sure to his surprise, 7-game win streak, and he's only one game in first. That says a lot about the season that the Cardinals is having right now. You're doing all this winning, and you're only one game out of first. You know what I'm saying? So Cards is balling right now. Also, they're doing their thing right now. They lost one, I think 2 weeks ago. I can't remember who he lost to, but it was a loss. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the end of the world. Like I say, you very rarely will guys go undefeated for the season. So a loss here and there ain't the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It happens, and most importantly is to get back into the next game and making it do what it do. The 49ers, Spaz, he's at the 500 mark, and honestly, I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that right now. I'm happy to see Spaz at 500. Why? Because he's new to the league. He don't know nobody game, but the other part about that is nobody know his game. So it's a 50-50 both ways. And to be 4-4 right now and have a shot for the playoffs, that's a good spot to be in. You know what I'm saying? That's a good spot to be in. Don't worry about the division right now. If I'm the 49ers, you know what? Seahawks and Cardinals look like they're not gonna fall off. So let me just do what I do and make a run for this wild card and get in. That's what matters. And right now the 49ers is definitely on top of his game right now. I would say for being new to the league, because he won his last two. He was 2-4. That 2-game win streak makes everything look a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? Because he's at 500, and he's in the wild card race right now. Rams had death in his family. I haven't heard from him, but I'm not even gonna bother him because when you have a death in your family, man, everybody grieves differently. Some people grieve longer than others. Some people use different outlets for different therapies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But my prayers goes out to him. You know what I'm saying? And his family. And hopefully he'll be back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even gonna bother him to ask him no questions. I don't care if he don't play for the rest of the season. Now, if he don't play for the rest of the season, I'll touch bases with him later on. But right now, I'm gonna let that man deal with a family crisis the way he needs to deal with it. This game don't mean nothing this game is no comparison when it comes to real life. And again, I hope the Rams and his family is doing better day by day, man. Straight up, I've been losing loved ones every year for the past couple of years, so I already know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So once again, Rams condolences, and but the other three teams in these divisions, Seahawks and Cardinals, they're on their own personal race, and the 49ers is just in the race right now for the wild card. So yeah, man, we got a lot of things going on right now with these divisions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things going on right now. And now we're going to take a look at the stats. We're going to look at the stats. You know what I'm saying? We want to see who's doing what and what. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL right now, the number one passer is the Raiders. Marzelli. Marzelli's the number one team right now. I mean, the number one passer in the league. He got 3,000 yards. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this. Yeah, that looks great, right? But he's also 4-4. So that means, Haji, if he leads the league by like 1,000 yards over who's in second, Haji 4-4. I'm gonna tell you how. This pretty much means that Marzelli is losing big early, and he's forced to pass. And even though he's putting up your stats, he's still losing. You understand? When you come out of the first quarter and you down 21-3, 14-0, you start feeling like you gotta pass. So that plays a role, but at the same time, he's still doing this thing. It's Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is not the type of guy you would really see lighting up the league and passing. So you still get props for that. But that's also because he's trailing a lot. When you're trailing, you got no choice but to put that ball in the air. So it's almost like you ain't even setting the tone. The tone is being set on you. You know what I'm saying? But still impressive. 3,000 yards. I gotta give him his props on that. Second, we got Green Bay. That's DK. Pearl is third with Dak Prescott. Fourth is Carnage with Drew Lock. Fifth is Bills with Josh Allen. See, look, case in point. Bills is 5 in passing yards, right? I think the Bills got 2 wins on the season. This buffers my point. When you down, you gotta pass a lot. You understand what I'm saying? You're not setting the tone. The tone is being set on you. It's called the defense is putting you in a position where they put in a position where you gotta pass, which actually makes the game easier for the defense. You understand what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. I just gave you guys a jewel. You understand what I'm saying? When you have the tone set on you, you actually play into the defense hands. That even goes for me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if I got to start passing and guys know I got to pass, I'm bailing them out. You understand what I'm saying? So you always want to be in a position that you can mix it up, run and pass. You don't want to be in a position where you have to pass, because now they know you pass and they come down passing D's and things get a little bit harder. But yeah, these guys lead the league in passing right now. And yeah, it's cool, but at the same time, they ain't always cracked up to be. The Bucks is 4-4. He's up there in passing yards. You see what I'm saying? Redskins, he's 3-5. He's up there in passing yards. So, can't always get caught up in the stats. You know what I mean? Can't always get caught up in the stats. Touchdown passes. That's Carnage. Lead the league in passing touchdowns with Drew Lock. Mariota is second with 22. Pearl third with Dak Prescott. Mahomes fourth. That's Relly. Fifth is Corliss. 6 DK. 7 is Money Mascot, and 8th is, who's this guy? Trask. Oh, that's the rookie for the Bucks. All right. Yeah, those are the guys in touchdown passes. Now here's an interesting number right here, and I'm guarantee you, whoever I'm gonna say, and this might not be 100% accurate, but my guess is the top 5 guys that lead this probably is all losing teams. It could be different. It don't have to be, but that's my guess. Let's find out. Bengals lead the league in interceptions. He got a losing record. Colts losing record. Ravens losing record. Panthers. Panthers is he's right there. See what I'm saying? So that's an exception because he's second in his division, and Jets leading his division. So like I said, it wouldn't be top 5 necessarily. I kind of figured you have a couple of teams in it, but I knew it'll be, when you talk about top 10 though, it'll be more losing teams than winning record teams. Look, this 5, this 6 losing record, 7 losing record, 8 losing record, 9 he's an exception, 10 losing record. You see what I'm saying? So top 10 definitely, but I knew top 5 probably wouldn't be all guys, but I knew it'd be more guys with losing records than not. Yeah, that's interesting. Here's the stat I'm interested in. This is wait, let me see who got the least interceptions for guys that pass a lot. Russell Wilson, 136 attempts, 3 picks. I don't know if that's really considered a lot. Let me see. Look at the top. The top got, yeah, you see what I'm saying? All right, so now that's impressive. 196 attempts, 7 picks. You know, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Completion percentage. Washington completing his passes, you know, 66%. He got what, 129 attempts. Mariota got 169 attempts. He's completing a lot, but you know, just ain't getting it done. Longest pass of the year, DK, 96 yards. Guess what? This game came against the Bengals. I watched this game. This is a game the Bengals definitely should have won, and I think personally, when the Bengals lost this game to Green Bay, I think this would make him go the opposite direction. I think that did something to him. I think that, you know, this loss hurt, and I don't think they've recovered since. He was winning this game late in the fourth quarter. He had Green Bay's 4th down and forever. Green Bay completed a 4th down and a touchdown bomb to send the game into overtime that the Bengals lost. 96 yarder. I seen that. You know what I'm saying? I seen that. Baker got 96 yarder. So these two got 96 yards, 96 yard bombs in the season. Who's been sacked the most? Raiders, Mariota, Rams, and Titans lead the league in sacks. All right, let's get into rushing. Who leads the league in rushing right now? Carlisle. That ain't no surprise. He at almost at 1,400. 18 touchdowns. He's probably leading the league for MVP right now. You got the Chargers right there behind him. The touchdowns is nobody's nowhere near this. Second place got 10. You know, so that's a whole other level right there. 2 guys over 1,000 yards. That's the Chargers. That's playmaker, and Kendrick Louds. That's the Cards. Miami with 990. I mean, Breida with 990. Cordell, Mozart. You know, these guys lead the league in rushing. Touchdowns we've seen, average, rushing average. Rushing, that's yards per game. 172. Impressive. Yards per carry. 9.6. That's impressive. That means he's pretty much getting a first down every time he touched the ball. That's impressive. You know, he's definitely doing his thing right now with that run game. Longest run of the season. 98 yarder, Alvin Kamara. That's Trey Dog. 98 yard run. Pretty impressive. 98 yard run. You won't see that too often. Who leads the league in receiving yards? Waddle, 18 TDs. Cooper, 982. Cooper right there with him. Ruggs, 907. These guys in the class of their own right now, but Waddle's on another level when it comes to touchdowns. He got 18. Next man up is Hill with 10. So you know, these are the guys these guys is playing Pro Bowl status right now. You know what I'm saying? Pro Bowl status. Defense. Who leads the leagues and sacks? Joey Bosa from the Chargers. J.J. Watt with 8. Clowney with 7. DeForest Buckner with 7. Cameron Hayward with 7. The sack race right now is close, but Bosa and Watt is tied for 8. Who leads the leagues in picks? Ambry Thomas, the rookie. Man, he's looking like rookie of the year right now with 12 picks. Then you got Buda Baker with 11. Then you got my boy Denzel Ward. Let's go, Denzel. He got 8. He's right there with him. Howard with 8. Honey Badger with 7. And that's what's going on the defensive tip. That's what's going on the defensive tip right now. Let's see who's the number 1 offense in the league. I'm just looking at the top. I just went about the top. These are the top 6. You got Raiders, Chiefs, Cowboys, Cardinals, Bucks, and Broncos. Raiders, number 1 team in the league at 4-4, which means that they're probably one of the bottom teams in defense in the league. The Chiefs. I'm surprised to see the Chiefs up there for offense because Relly's known for defense more than offense. And that tells me Chiefs defense must not be nowhere near the top. Which is kind of surprising. And if he is, I don't see how they 4-4. I'm gonna have to look at that. That's one of them stats that make you say, head scratches. We're gonna find out though. Cowboys, Cards, Bucks. Look at that. Tampa Bay, they're 4-4. They're the 5th team in the league in offense, and they're a 4-4, which means that their defense got to be near the bottom. Broncos 5-5. Broncos is the 6th team. Points per game. Who's scoring the most? Cards putting up 40. Wow, that's a lot of points. 40 a game he's averaging. Corlal's got it going on the offensive tip. Broncos at 36. Chiefs at 35. Cowboys 34. Panthers and Raiders. Raiders is a lot of categories for offense, so they got to be at the bottom for defense and a lot of stuff. Wait, let me see who's the bottom in offense. Colts. Worst offense in the league. You got to get it together over there, Colts. Texans is the 31st team in the league right now, offense. They got to be one of the top defensive teams then. Eagles are 30th in the league in offense. Bears. Wow, the Bears is at the bottom of the league in offense. Interesting. Bengals, Lions. These teams just haven't been finding no offense going on. Let's get into defense. Jets, number one team in defense right now. The Jags, K-Lou. Shout out to the Jags. The Jags are the ranked number 2 team in defense right now. Bears number 3. Figured that, because if they right there 1 game behind first and they got one of the worst offenses in the league, I figured their defense have to be there. And the Browns, my boys, is number 4 right now in defense. Bengals 5. Wow. Bengals the 5th defensive team. So the problem for the Bengals is not the defense, it's the offense. And Seahawks are number 6 team in defense right now. Number 1 team against the pass. Wait. All right, so these are the top. Who's the bottom teams? Well, I figured the Raiders would be there, but even with that, the Raiders are not the worst team in defense. The worst team, the worst defensive team in the league is Buffalo. They're 32. Washington, wow, Money Mascot 31. Wouldn't have seen that, huh? Wait, hold on. I wouldn't have seen that coming. Young Train, ranked number 30 in defense. Green Bay ranked number 29. That's not a good sign. Green Bay, you in first and you ranked number 29 in defense. Y'all gonna have to straighten that out. Raiders right there with them. And Ravens, my boy Bap. Yeah, I knew that. I knew Ravens because they was giving up 30s and 40s, and they was scoring 30s and still was losing. So I know their defense was bad. So those are the bottom teams. And number one team against the pass, the Jets. Then you got Lions, Steph Anthony, Bears, Jags, Texans, Browns. Worst teams against the pass: Bills, Ravens, Raiders, Steelers, Washington, Philly. None of these teams have winning records. Raiders are form 4. Come from over there. Come over there. Number one team against the run: Jags, Bucks, Bears, Bengals, Cards, and Dolphins. Worst teams against the run: Lions, Rams, Packers, Washington, Falcons, Cowboys. Whoa, wow, Pearl, you back there for one of the worst teams against the run? That front seven ain't too solid, huh? Okay. Points allowed. Who gave up the most points? Oh no, who gave up the least points? Seahawks 106, Texans 110. My boys, Browns, third with 123, Cards 124, Broncos, and Jags. What do all these teams have in common? All these teams are above 500, not giving up a lot of points. Who gave up the most points in the league? Buffalo, 280. Rams, Raiders, Colts, Ravens, Eagles. What do all these teams have in common? All under 500. Who leads the league in sacks? The team. Denver, 25. Miami, Rocket, making it do what it do of getting heat. Bucks getting heat. Relly getting heat. Oh yeah, where's the Chiefs at in defense? I didn't say the Chiefs. Let me see something. Because I said the Chiefs. Wow, the Chiefs is right there in the middle. I'm used to seeing Relly better than that. He had the Chiefs playing better. The Chiefs was better defensive team last season than they was this season, and they got more pieces added to their defense this season. Head scratcher for that as well. Who got the most fumble recoveries? Bucks with 5. What team got the most picks? Cardinals 38, Jets 30, Cleveland 22, tied for third with Packers, Broncos, and Cowboys. Cardinals getting a lot of interceptions over there. Let's take a look at this MVP race right now. You got Cardinals, the running back Kendrick Louds, MVP league leader Marcus Mariota. I mean, they're 4-4, but you know what? They're at 500, so yeah, you know, I'm not mad at that. But I don't want to see no teams in under 500 for no MVP, you know. But he's at 500. Drew Lock, Tequila, Cordell, Breeder, Ambry, defensive player. That's impressive. You got a rookie defensive cornerback at number 7 for MVP. That rookie's on top of his game right now. Definitely on top of his game. Yeah, now I want to just run through the teams real quick, man, and you know, all right, it's on. No, I don't want to do that. I want to start from the Bears. We're gonna start with the Bears. The Bears right now, as I look through that, when I looked at the division before, they have one game out of first. Bears made a lot of moves and they're right there. So I think all in all, Bears is right where they want to be. They got a ton of draft picks for this season and next season, and they're competing. Can't ask for that. You can't ask for no more than that. You know what I'm saying? Do I think the Bears got a shot to make the playoffs? Absolutely. Even if they don't win the division, I think they're definitely in a prime position to get one of them 3 wild card playoff spots. Bears is right now, they're looking good for the future, and just because they're looking good right now, I think Bears is definitely in a great position right now, just about more than any other team in the league, to be honest, because they're competing and they got tons of draft picks. So what more can you ask for? Now, the second half of the schedule, they play Ravens, having a bad year, Rams. The tough games I'm gonna see right now. This is gonna be a tough game against the Ravens still. That's gonna be tough. Tough game. I don't know, Spaz. We'll see where he's at this point. At this point in the season, either he's going to be in the wild card spot, or he's going to be in this position where his morale is down. So I don't know about this game. And third world, one thing I know about him, he's going to come out and play regardless. So this will be a tough game too. Bears got a nice second half of the schedule left in their season. Third world lost close games. Like I said, that first game he lost against Green Bay set the tone. That's a game he should have won. Lost a close one. Lost by 10. That's still close. Lost by 7. Close one. Lost 11-8 to the Jets. You know, close one. Game he definitely had a chance to win. Lost. So a team like the Bengals, you look at their record and you see that they're struggling bad, but they lost every game. It's been close except the Chargers. They took one to chin against the Chargers. But other than that, every game has been close. If I'm the Bengals, me seeing that every game we had was close, I'm actually feeling better about my record. You know what I'm saying? Than what it actually stands. Because now I'm like, you know what? We definitely had a chance to win all these games. So all these losses could have easily turned into wins. What we got to do is we got to turn that corner and be able to win these games, you know, instead of losing them. And if I'm the Bengals, I'm taking the second half of the season to work on that and still try to make a push for that third wild card. This is going to be a tough game. Tough game. He'll win that one. Hey, Raiders right now, they ain't playing no defense, but they number 1 team in offense. Tough game. Bengals got a strong second half of the season, but you know what? In order to get better, steel sharpens steel. So they're gonna have to make it do what it do. Buffalo. If I'm Buffalo, I'm a seller right now. I'm selling. I'm not buying anything. I'm selling. I'm selling for the future. You understand what I'm saying? They're giving up entirely too many points, and you know, they just ain't getting it done. You know, they just ain't getting it done. I'm selling if I'm Buffalo. I'm moving parts. I'm trying to get picks. If I'm them, I'm taking the page out Chicago Bears book. I'm getting picks. I'm freeing up cap to make free agency. You got to do that too. You got to cut guys, even if it's the middle of the season. You know, you got to cut guys, free up some bread. You got to get better. You can't stay the same. You can't have 2 wins at this time of the year every year. If I'm Buffalo, I'm sellers. I know I'm not making the playoffs. I'm not making a run for the Super Bowl. I'm selling. I'm trying to bring in some heat. I'm investing in the future. I ain't worrying about right now. That's just something I would do if I'm Buffalo. Denver Broncos, he's a buyer. He's making a run for the playoff push. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's making a run for the Super Bowl rather. He's gonna make the playoffs. It wouldn't surprise me if he make one more trade before, because the trade deadline I extended it 1 more week due to everything that's been going on with his service. But if I'm Denver, I'm buying. I'm trying to bring in 1 more piece. Well, then they don't even have to. You know, they done made moves already. But they're buyers. They're definitely a Super Bowl contender. And you know, let's see the second half of his thing. Like I said, he played the Chiefs already, right? He played the Chiefs. The only game he lost is against myself. That was a battle. That was a close game. But that's the only game he lost. And look, that loss didn't do nothing to him. He won 3 straight after that. And he won a nail biter against the Chiefs. But you know what? Like I say, it ain't got to be pretty. It's just about getting a W. He plays the Patriots, and the Patriots definitely going to need this game because the Patriots are on the brink of just not making it. Eagles, he'll win that. He played the Chiefs. This is a big game for the Chiefs. Chiefs going to have to win this game. You know what I'm saying? He plays the Chargers. Very big game. He plays the Cowboys. Big game. He plays the Texans. Big game because the Texans is in the race right now with the Jags. Washington. Now it depends where Washington is at. If Washington picked up their momentum and pulled off some games, and they right there in the thick of things, this is gonna be a big game for Washington as well as Denver. Depending on how they did against the Chargers and how the Chargers is faring out. Then they play the Steelers. The Steelers' second half of the schedule is not that hard at all, to be honest with you. He played the Steelers, who've been struggling. He plays the Giants, who's been struggling. He played the Eagles, who's been struggling. He played the Patriots, who haven't had the season they like. So he got about 4 games right now that you could just pencil in for wins. Looking at the season that they're having. So he got a kind of soft schedule in the second half. And if I'm the Chiefs and Chargers, I'm not liking that second half of schedule for them, which makes me further know I got to pick up my game. Browns, we took one to the Bears. That was our only loss. Our second half of the schedule, we played Lions, tough one. We should win this. Me and Bengals, we be battling, but we should win this one. We play the Chiefs. We always play each other tough game. I ain't played the Bengals yet. Bengals gonna play tough. Even if I do win one of them, even if I do win both of them, one is gonna be tough. But the fact that we play twice, one of them is definitely gonna be close, I believe. So the fact that I got to play him twice, then Miami, that's a tough one. Then we play Bat. Even though he's struggling, he's gonna be up, or he just by this time he just really ain't gonna care. We'll see. Our second half of the schedule, not too bad. Good thing we got all these games that we did at her first half of the season. So we looking to push forward. We made that big trade. We're interested to get on the field and bring these toys out and get this defense. We already top 5 in the league in defense. Now we just added on, so we looking to definitely improve even more on the defensive tip. Next we got the Bucks. Bucks 4-4, right? Let's see. All right. See the Bucks. They got a force. No, not a force. Yeah, a force and a force. Wow. So the Bucks right now is 4-4, but this is a fake 4-4. The Bucks haven't won a game yet on their own, and this is why I said I was surprised to see the Bucks at 4-4, because it seemed like they was losing more than not. But now I see why I felt like that. They've been getting the force, and don't get it twisted. The Bucks is not that user that's screaming for a forced win. He'll play his games. That's just the type of character that he is. He's never gonna track the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? That's my bro. I know him. So yeah, he got them forced wins, but I don't want nobody feeling like he's screaming for forced wins. Nah, he ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? He could care less about, he's going to be the same person he is, whether he's 0-16 or whether he's 16-0. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he is. But if he got forced wins, they was earned. You know what I'm saying? That means the teams wasn't available. That's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? So, he is struggling though. You know what I'm saying? That's my bro, no, but he's struggling. He got to figure it out. I mean, he got a nice team over there, and he just not getting it done. You know what I'm saying? He's just not getting it done, and there's too many competitive players in this league to just be struggling like that and expect to have success. Listen, but to his luck, them teams he had to play, he got the forced wins against, got him in a position where he still got a chance to make it do what it do. But he's gonna have to turn the corner. He's gonna have to get it done. I mean, it's only but so much help you're gonna be able to get from forced wins and things like that. But I was surprised at the Bucks though, man. I expected my boy to play much better than what he's doing. And a lot of times when I do check out his game, it's the decision making, and decision is a lot, man. Decision making is a lot as well. You could call a perfect play, but if you targeting the wrong person in that specific defense, it's gonna look like a terrible call. And the Bucks is just not getting it done right now, man. They just not figuring it out, and they got to figure out who they are. They got to figure out what team they want to be. They got to figure out what team they're gonna. If they don't figure out what team, they haven't figured out what team they are. They got to at least figure out what kind of team they're trying to become. So it's a lot of questions going on in Tampa Bay with a little bit of answers. and that's just not gonna cut it in this league. So Bucks gonna have to get it together, man. Who they play second half? They play Rico. They play the Giants. They play the Saints, Falcons, Bills, Panthers, Cowboys, Patriots. Panthers. Not too bad of a second half schedule, but he hasn't beat nobody yet. So who am I to say not too bad? All them games is tough. Let's just be honest. So he's gonna have to turn the corner. Otherwise, Tom Brady is gonna go out in the way that he wasn't expected to go out. Carlisle's been rocking and rolling. He's been punishing guys. A lot of games is blowouts. I'm looking around. He's been blowing everybody out. The closest game he had was against Washington. Matter of fact, yeah, it was against Washington. He lost to Detroit. He lost 24-7, and so his last two games have been close. He lost, and then he won a close one. Let's see who he played next. Cardinals, the Super Bowl contender. Yeah, hold on. Matter of fact, yeah. So the Super Bowl contenders in my eyes: Broncos, Browns, Cards, all Super Bowl contenders right now. All these teams is viable to get into the big dance and making it happen. Cardinals play Colts, Seahawks, Titans, Jags, Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Texans. He got some solid games over there. Let's see how that play out for him. Let's see how that work out. Then you got playmaker, the Chargers, right? Chargers dropped. He dropped 2 this season. He lost to the Dolphins, which turns the Dolphin season around, and he lost to the Broncos. Who does he have? He got Steelers, Eagles. Yeah, Chargers Super Bowl contender, definitely. He's a Super Bowl champ. How can he not be Super Bowl contender? So he's a Super Bowl contender. So right about now, you got about 4 Super Bowl contenders. Oh, we played him. Yeah, we looking forward to that game. We looking forward to that. Chargers got some nice tough games on his schedule as well. Look, man, when you look around, there's not a lot of guys in the league that you could just pencil in for a win. So a lot of games are going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of games are going to be tough, but, you know, it's just a matter of pulling them out when it's time to pull them out. The Chiefs, now, this is Relly. Relly's at the 4-4 mark, right? And I'm telling you, I said that I think his playoff hopes are in trouble because he lost to the Raiders. He played Washington. That's going to be tough. He played Pearl. That's going to be tough. He played Carnage. That's going to be tough. So his first 3 games out of the box after the second half of the season is like he can easily lose these 3 games, and that'll put him at 4-7. So then he plays the Browns, another tough game. Then he plays the Ravens, BAP, and we all know BAP is better than what his record is. Then he plays playmaker. Man, Chiefs got a brutal second half. His last 2 games of the season lightens up, and I'm only saying that because I don't know what type of Bengals. See, the Bengals, if the Bengals is not in the wild card race for that 3rd spot, he might not care about this game. The Eagles, I think it's already a wrap for them. So this game won't matter unless they got a chance to get an upgrade because the Chiefs, huh? You finished? Come on, put this on. So, the Chiefs right now, I think, got it tougher than anybody that I just seen so far the second half of this season. Their schedule is brutal. Their first 4 games of the second half of the season is all against some guys that can ball over there. But you know what? When you look at yourself as a good player, you know what I'm saying? You ain't worrying about the schedule. You worrying about game to game. It's one game at a time. You know what I mean? Line them up, knock them down. That's got to be the Chiefs. That's got to be the Chiefs. That's got to be his MO right now. One game at a time. Don't worry about who you play in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Just worry about who's in front of you. But you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, he wouldn't want to be in this position. He had high hopes for this team. I'm surprised the Chiefs is 4-4 right now. I love that roster over there. They had a great offseason. Remember, I said they had a. I said they had like the best free agency. You know what I mean? So they no, I don't think that was the Chiefs. I think that was him and AGS with the Cards. But still, nevertheless, man, Chiefs got some weapons over there. They just haven't been able to get it done, and the Chiefs are in serious trouble, just like I said, of missing the playoffs. Colts, I'm not even gonna get into that. Cowboys, Pearl. Um, Pearl got what? 3 losses? Two? Yeah, Pearl got 3 losses. He lost to the champ in overtime. You know, he lost to Trey Dog, and he just lost to Washington, right? He got Raiders, Chiefs, Eagles, Panthers, Broncos. He got some solid games left on his schedule. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's Pearl, so we know he's gonna be good more than he not good. But we're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see, baby. We can't count nothing for nobody. We're gonna have to see how this game shake out. Miami, 7-game win streak. Lost their first 2 games. Got blown out against the Panthers. Got blown out against the Texans. Here's when they made the switch. When they beat no, not even. They beat Buffalo, so they didn't start off 0-2. They started off 1-2, right? But here's when they made the switch. They beat the Chargers. Then they beat Trey Dog. Trey Dog got 1 loss of the season. And when the Saints look at that, that came to Miami. They beat Colts, they beat Bills, they beat Bucks, and they beat Falcons. Yeah, all right, cool. You look at that and say those teams, the last 4 games he played has been teams that's struggling, but don't matter. You can lose them games. You know what I'm saying? You can lose them games, and what's most importantly is what matter with wins. Week 11, he played the Jets. That's going to be a big-time game right there. I'm sure they already know they play each other week 11. If they didn't, they know now. That's going to be a huge game. Then he played the Patriots. This game right here is going to make a break to which direction you're going to head for the second half of the season. Miami, though, if he lose to the Jets and lose the Patriots, things just went from great to worse. Because instead of him having 2 losses, he'll have 4. Just that fast. Patriots already got 4 losses. So the Patriots could win this game and then win the game right there against the Dolphins. He'll still be at 4 losses, and he right back in the swing of things. So in football, man, things can change in a blink of an eye. Matter of fact, what's interesting about his schedule, the next 3 games he played, 2 of them is against the Jets. So I think these next 3 games are going to determine the division for Miami. So these next 3 games is all primetime games for him. You know, primetime matchups for the Miami Dolphins. Eagles. His season is a wrap. Falcons season is a wrap. 49ers, Spaz, he's 4-4. Like I said, he's flirting for that 3rd wild card spot. He got some tough games, man. He got some tough games, and Spaz, you're gonna find out a lot about yourself for the remainder of this season. All your games is tough, bro. Good luck to you, but you know what? I'd rather be in your position than be in a position where nothing matters at this point. So just keep doing what to do. Giants, his season is done. Jags, K-Lou, you let's see where you at. You've been balling, bro. You know what I'm saying? You've been playing good ball. You shut out the Titans. Good win. You beat the Patriots. You put a hurting on his season in that division. You play Buffalo. Then you play Texans. Then you play Colts, Raiders, Cards, Dolphins, Niners, Colts again, Jets. You got some tough ones, but they all not no. You got a nice little schedule working out for you. Jags, you know, make it do what it do, bruh. Make it do what it do. Jets, like I said, his next 3 games is against Dolphins at least twice. Wait, right? Oh no, it wasn't the next 3. I was bugging. It's the week 10 to week 11 and week 13. It's week 11 and week 13. 2 of them is against Miami, and that's gonna be he played the Saints. He played Jerry. He played Rocket, Major, Pats, Falcons, Bills, Jags. Not the worst schedule to have at this point. You know what I'm saying? look, Jets been balling regardless, so you know he's gonna be a solid out no matter who he play, and he's just gonna look to win his division. I'm sure of that. And them games against Miami, week 11 to week 13 is gonna decide for the AFC East. Steph Anthony, right now, he plays myself. Then he got Rams, Packers. See, Steph Anthony's in last in that division. He's got to go on a nice little. He's got to go. He's got to win these games in order to get back in it. Bears, Packers. See, them division games coming up. Bengals, Bears again, Saints, Vikings, Black Star. Steph Anthony got a solid schedule. So, hey man, it's gonna be interesting to see how this shake out, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how this shake out. I'm interested to see how the Lions can pull together the second half of the season, if at all. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's see what goes on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Nah, I'm good. DK, Packers. He lost to me. He lost to Cards. He lost to Bears. Got smashed by the Bears. That's a tone setter right there for the Bears. If they play again. Packers. After his bye week, he plays Seahawks. He played Lions. That's a big game right there. He played Niners. He plays Packers. I said he plays Packers. He plays Lions. He plays Rams, Vikings, Panthers, Washington. Yo, a lot of teams got some tough guys in their schedule, man. So these teams that's in these two-team races, right, in two-team division races, it's gonna come down to the end, man. It's gonna come down to the wire, straight up and down. Dre, let's see what he got going on. He played Giants, Falcons, Patriots. So far, that's a pretty soft. Then the Bills. Panthers got like a little soft schedule right now coming out his next 4 games. Then he plays Pearl. Then he plays Bucks, Saints, Packers, Bucks again. Not a tough second half of schedule for the Panthers. He got some very, very favorable games over there. E-ball, you in that position, like I said, you can't really afford too much to lose, bruh. You play Dre. No, you play Broncos right now. You lose that game, I say you definitely looking at that wild card now, bro. You lose that game looking at the wild card. Then you play Dre. Dolphins, Colts, Jets, Dolphins again. Oh, you got some tough games, E-Ball. You got some tough games, E. You're going to have to get to it now. Your playoff run starts now, though, against the Broncos. Marzelli, you form 4. Let's see what you got left. You got Cowboys, Ravens, Jags, Bengals, Washington, Giants, Steelers, Chargers. You got a tough one, bro. You got a tough one. You played the Broncos twice. You lost both of those. You played the Chiefs twice. You won both of those, and you played the Chargers one more time. You got tough ways to go, though. Tough ways to go. Money Mascot. You play Chiefs, Falcons, Chargers, Eagles, Raiders, Eagles, Broncos, Packers. Okay, Washington, you in that spot too, Money. I don't know how you got there in that position, but you got to win more than you lose in order to get in them playoffs. But you got 5 losses already. Trey Dog, Jets, Niners, Bucks, Giants, Falcons, Eagles. Not a bad schedule at all, Trey Dog. Not a bad schedule, bro. And you got 1 loss in the season. That's dangerous for the rest of that division. T. Marlin, 7-0. He's been pulling them out. Played all his games too. Beat the Falcons, beat the Lions, beat the Jags, beat the Eagles. Close games he's been winning. Beat the Texans, beat the Niners, beat the Rams. Oh, he got the force against the Rams. He plays Black Star, the Vikings. He plays DK, Corlals. Not sure what's going with the Rams. He plays Naruto, Jerry, Scott, Corlals, Niners. Um, got some solid games left. That's for sure. Got some solid games left over there, man. Got some solid games left. Major factors battling that division with the Jags. He plays the Jags week 10. That's a big time game. He plays the Rams. That's probably a win. He plays Buffalo. Probably a win. That's his first tough. Well, that's not his first. He played the Jags, then the Jets. Those are his first two tough games. Then he played Jerry. Got to see what type of state of mind Jerry's in. He plays the Colts. Plays Carnage. Titans again. Then the Cards. He got some heavy hitters over there. So we'll see how that plays out. Titans, Colts, Jets, Niners, Cards, Texans. All right. See you over there. Black Star. Like I said, he made a lot of moves, but he's still in the race. He plays Seahawks. That's a big test for him. Then he played Bengals. Then he played Steelers. Then he played Ravens. Then he played Niners, Bears, Packers, Rams, Lions. Not a bad schedule, Black Star. You got to string some wins together, bruh. You drop this game to Seattle, you'll have 5 losses in a year. You must beat the Bengals. If you lose to the Bengals after you lose to the Seahawks, I think you're gonna be in serious trouble, bruh. But this is why we got to get to the games more than anything. You know what I mean? So. But yeah, man, I went over pretty much all the teams that I need to go over that I still got a shot to make the playoffs. And that's the mid-season report, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Hope y'all enjoyed the information that I gave y'all about league leaders and defense, offense, MVP race, who should do what, who, you know what I mean? Things like that we touched on. Time to get it on, man. Time to lock in. Time to get it rocking. Let's get back to these games. I'll see y'all. Oh, I ain't even do the predictions. I do a separate cast for that. Being that I never did it. So whoever don't want to have to sit through the, I'll get that done. So yeah, that's it for the second half. Predictions coming up. I'm just gonna cancel this and jump right back in and get into these predictions. So